Hello. Welcome. Come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den.
Come on in, y'all.
The kids, I don't want to see a damn Tejada. If you look like a Tejada, get out my damn face, all right? Try
where the real talk begins. Kick off your shoes.
Let's get into it, honey. Let's get into it. This is my review recap, child.
And the vibe so sweet. This is
when I tell y'all
safe space for your
and the
soul.
foolery and the messiness,
where stories unfold and self-love takes control. From movies to the mind.
All right, this was supposed to.
She's breaking it down with a crown on her head and a heart so sound.
Cause Ronnie is a
light a candle, sip some tea.
Maybe they should have named this Bad
You're not alone, we got you, friend. Welcome home.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how you spend a Saturday.
No, if you book.
Okay. Listen, we're going to be sipping on some yak because Nook is a fact, bitch. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I ain't going to lie, y'all. They actually surprised me with this one. This is what I was waiting for. This is what I wanted to see. But I just said last week that I didn't know if I could really depend on the shot to do it because I felt like they played games when it came to Duda. They played games with Alicia. I really didn't like the way we went with her. So I was like, I'm hoping this is what happens, but I didn't know. And I definitely didn't think we was going to see it this soon. And we definitely have to take our, hats off, give the flowers, shine a light on them. I love me some Robert Townsend, who came in and directed this episode. And when he come in, you already know he gonna do the damn thing and he gonna give you a good episode. That's like goes without saying. Okay?
Yes.
So definitely was glad to have him over here in the Shaw Streets. Baby, what did you think about this episode, Candy Love?
I said, oh. But for real though, at first I was like, they passing messages. Some gonna fall through the cracks. They're passing too many messages. Playing too much telephone. Mm-hmm. I said, oh shit, it ain't gonna happen today. It ain't gonna happen. Cause I'm like, how much time we got left? Oh shit. So it kept going, and once it got to Vic, I'm intrigued. I said, oh, hello, somebody. Bingo, we got action. And I was praying and hoping he was gonna be there with her, just in case something went left. If she couldn't do it, he was gonna handle business for her. Okay. I enjoyed it. This is episode. We going to 1 to 5. It's a 5. We're going 10. And Robert Townsend, when I saw his name pop up, Eddie, I said, oh, that's why. Because we had the Robert Townsend in the building. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. And usually, overall, episode 5 and 8 are usually like, pretty good episodes in general. So I didn't know what they was going to come with, but I definitely did not have this on my bingo card. I said, okay. And I'm not mad at it, but I am worried about what the possible reproductions could be. And I'm worried, I'm not so much worried, but intrigued to see how do we finish out the season if we already did this in episode 5. And of course, this was episode 5, The Dead of Winter. Okay, this is the name of the episode that we got this week. So y'all definitely put it in the chat and let us know what y'all thought about this one that they gave us this week, y'all, because we started out a little shaky in the beginning. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I said, what are y'all gonna do? This is y'all final season. We cannot be up here playing damn games. Okay, I've been sticking in there with y'all to the end. So we don't got scene by scene slides, but we got a few slides to just help us and remind us just in case some things may slip our mind. And of course, we started out pretty much where we left off with Tiff wanting to know, like, what are you keeping from me? What is going on? What does Bakari mean about when, he said that some stuff was going to come out and there's things we didn't know. And he all in his feelings. Oh, well, you don't love me anyway and you don't trust me. And then she like, yeah, I don't know if I trust you or not. And then she switched it and pretty much was like, yeah, she do. And he was like, oh, you just saying that because you want to know what I got. I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly the words, but it was something along the lines like, you want to know what I've been doing or what's happening. And right there, you already making yourself seem damn guilty. Like, what do you mean? I'm just saying that because I want to know. Yes, I want to damn know. That's why I was asking you when you first came in the damn door. Like, that's already been established. And I was glad she was like, stop being a bitch. Like, what are we talking about? Would you rather that I damn lie to you about how I'm feeling? Like, what did you think about this whole thing?
I was glad Tip stood up to him, let him know you sound like a biatch, okay? Because what is we talking about here? And you a snitch. Now you saying you a snitch? Like, sir. You a bitch and a snitch. Okay, all right. But he trying to downplay the situation. And I understand why he got downplayed, because he can't tell her he took out. He can't tell her that. But he knew he was on some bullshit when she asked him, like, what was Bakari talking about? You gonna label yourself as a snitch, okay? But it was, oh, you just want me to talk, sir. That's like you semi-incriminating yourself, like you done something, or you keeping a secret. If you saying she just wants you to talk, she wants you to talk because she don't love you. She don't love you. Nigga, you don't love me. No, she don't. No.
Exactly. What's up, Stephen Harris? Hey, Daria.
Hey,
thank you for coming in. What's up, Golden? I'm glad you caught us too. Okay.
Yes.
I'm glad
thank you
for everybody that's here. We appreciate y'all for checking in. Of course, anybody that come on the replay, let us know replay game you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. Okay. And tell us what y'all thought about this episode, honey. Are we celebrating? Is it going down? Is it a party happening tonight? We already celebrating Juneteenth, okay?
Okay.
So now we got another celebration going on. Hey, Deja, thank you for checking in on Facebook. Deja. Appreciate it. So yeah, I definitely did like this, and I felt like he just knew he was caught. I really felt like that was the only reason why he was messing around and staying over there where she was at anyway, to kind of see if he can compress things, keep some kind of control around it, and also see what she knew or didn't know. And the fact that he admitted, like, oh, well, I've been telling the cop things, and yet you sat here taking out Pastor Zeke because you felt like he was going to tell the cops something. And I forgot about him working with the cops, so he said that, to be honest with you. What's up, cuz? Thanks for checking in. Yes. So I was like, yeah, that is true. And when she was like, you a snitch, I said, girl, he a lot of things, okay? Worse than that, if you can believe it. I just was
he's
like,
a trafficker. He's an unreliable. He's a take router.
I was just waiting for it to happen, waiting for her to find out.
He's a menace to society. Girl.
Child, the list goes on and on and on. So at first, Emmett comes down and he's smiling because it sounds like his son had like the Animal Channel type of thing playing on the TV, and he like, yeah, and he just so happened to look over on his phone and see that he looking at some animal play, all right, but it ain't the animals that's on the damn TV. And he like, oh, hell no, grab his phone, basically upset with him and take the phone away from him, saying he's not going to get it back. And then he go in there talking to Keisha, telling her about it. And she's like, well, one, you need to have that conversation with him. And he like, damn, I didn't think that I needed to have it, this young, this age. And he said he never really had nobody talk to him about it. And she was like, yeah, and that's why, she said she didn't either. And that's pretty much why they made the decisions and choices that they made and did things the way they did. And you don't want your son to turn out like you. And he's like, well, what's so bad about me? And she just giving him the look like, you tell me, you think about it for a damn minute and tell me what's so wrong or what's so bad about the way, you went about things. And we start to have this conversation around, one, having to talk with him, and two, taking his phone away. I don't know if I agreed with the taking the phone away part, especially to say, well, of course they found out about that part later. Um, when Darnell girlfriend started giving her some advice. But right now, at this point, he was like, I'm just gonna take his phone. And she was like, well, for how long? What is that supposed to do? And of course, eventually he does have the talk with him because him and Darnell speak, and Darnell like, yeah, I done said 1,000 times that I'm sorry, that I messed up, that I didn't do, what I was supposed to do, where I was concerned. A lot of that got left for you to figure it out on your own and for your mother to step in and stuff like that. So he was like, you got to do better than I did and better than my dad did, like break the cycle. And he was saying that's just like a lot of pressure. What did you think about this?
It's true to life, kids do things like that. I
Mm-hmm.
just hate that he didn't wasn't smart enough to put the phone down and watch
Mm-hmm.
Animal Planet. But there's, you're not smart enough to be sneaking and doing something or do some shit like that in the bathroom. But anyway, he's
Mm-hmm.
what, 12, 13 years old. So like
Yeah.
she said, this is what they do at this age. They not that they should, but little boys do be exploring, and you never know who they're influenced by. Are they influenced by whatever's on that phone, or influenced by what's in the house, what they've
Yeah.
seen, coming up? So a lot of stuff could be what is called peer pressure.
Yes,
So it
yes,
could be,
yes.
peer pressure on the outside or whatever. Just like last week, they asked
Mm-hmm.
little girl was she on OnlyFans. So you just never
Right.
know where it comes from. However, taking the phone away in the moment was okay, but I think you can talk to him
Mm-hmm.
separately from a sex conversation and talk to him
Mm-hmm.
about being responsible with your phone, because
Mm-hmm.
having your phone can lead you to do other things, and you could be doing some sexting and then your ass be in jail, all because
Mm-hmm.
you sharing something you have no business sharing.
Yeah.
Um so it's okay that he took it for the moment because it was something like, it was like a reaction, and I get it. But I think they should have a conversation about phone usage. And
Mm-hmm.
then there are parameters where you can put blocks and stuff on the phone where kids have to ask for permissions. They can't go to
Mm-hmm.
certain websites and stuff like that. Like they can't might not be able to use Google. Like my child, she can't even Google.
Mm-hmm.
She can't Google. Um, and I have to give her permission to get apps. So and I know, and I'm sure there's a way around all that too, but I don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed Keisha telling him about the levels of having the birds and the bees talk, because it's just not about intercourse. It's about oral. It's about the health. It's about taking care of yourself. It's about consent. It's about all of that. And
Yeah.
I appreciated Keisha telling him, because Emmett was like, "What? Huh?" He was like,
Mm-hmm.
he was so confused. And I guess sometimes people don't think about the depths of those conversations,
Yeah.
but sometimes you just have to let them know, like, you have to have consent. And watching porn, corn, a lot of times make people think that's how it goes, and it's not. That rough stuff that they do, that's not how it is. That's not it. Sometimes that stuff be predatory looking,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you taking it and making them do stuff. So they don't understand how to have it. That's just entertainment. That's not real life.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he
Mm-hmm.
did let him know, like, that's not real. But
Mm-hmm.
I did appreciate the conversation, and they need to have more conversations.
Yeah. I like how they actually did that. And of course this is when we get to her kind of talking with her about the whole phone thing, her bringing up that, hey, I know a parent that took the phone until they turned 17, and saying maybe we could get the other parents on board so that you won't feel like, you left out and you the only one that's doing it. Now, I mean, I get where they was going with this, but for me, I'm like kind of with what you was just saying, putting restrictions, putting time limits, because to be honest, not only kids but
Yes,
even
time.
us adults could sometimes spend too many hours on our phone, too
Yeah,
many hours on social media. You don't even realize how much time has went past. And I think you have
true.
to do that even with their games or just TV time in general. Like I feel like they really should have already had some of those restrictions. I know his mind is not going there because he's not even used to having the kids there. But maybe that would have been the first step. And then if something else would happen, maybe we would go to this extreme. I didn't feel like we needed to jump here because you're talking about holding their phones from them for like 5, 6 years. I'm like, really? And then this is
Yeah.
also a day and age where they actually need to have their phones or tablets or something. One, in case of emergency, and two, even for them to be able to do assignments and things. Like, so much has changed from when we was kids, where a lot more technology is needed at this point in time, right? So I was a little bit like,
Yeah.
I see where y'all going with this, but I don't know that I would have necessarily went to that step like right off the bat.
Till they was 17. Child.
Yeah, that's a long time. Even though
Ooh.
it can go in a blink of an eye. She was right when
Mm-hmm.
she was saying that and seeing if the other mothers would join. But I wasn't mad at those kids either for being like, well, I didn't do
Mm-hmm.
nothing. Why the hell I gotta be damn punished and put into this? They told him, you
Right.
stupid, you were supposed to, you know, get caught like that.
Mm-hmm. He
Um,
wasn't.
it was
But you don't know
also
no better.
it was also funny to me, like again, him just having the conversation with Darnell about how he didn't tell him a lot of things and now he gotta go have this conversation. But also how Darnell was trying his best not to spill the tea and let it be known that he had told the girlfriend and he wanted to not blow up with that Keisha could have been possibly proposing. Baby, he was stumbling all around, but he finally kind of made his way through it and was like, yeah, I did tell her, but it's only because I was so excited and because I want her help with the kids when you do finally, you know, go to do it. And you told me you was going to be doing it soon. And I didn't know whether you was going to stay here and do it or whether you was going to take her out. And Emmett whole thing is he really don't want nobody else to know about it because he don't want nobody to slip up and tell Keisha. But that part was funny to me too, just with him trying not to tell on himself and also not break, you know, the promise that he made to his girlfriend that he wasn't gonna let nothing out. Because he damn sure was about to slip up. And then of course they finally come over to have this talk. Patience was kind of with it a little bit, but the other mom, I forgot her name, was like, yeah, I don't know about all of that. Like, he need his damn phone shit. I need my phone. And times is different. Even back in the days, you know, we had to be on our phones, you know, even though it was a difference, it wasn't like these cell phones or whatever. But she was kind of giving a little bit more, but they did get them on board with it. And I was cracking up at them trying to chase them around the damn house and get the phone from them. And when she was ready to hit him with her damn shoe because he was just pretty much, you know,
Mm-hmm.
acting a damn fool, having a little tantrum about the phone being taken. What did you think about? Did you think they was gonna go along with it, or one was gonna be like, hell no, and the other
Well, I
one
figured it was
maybe?
gonna go the way that it went. You know, the lawyer lady was like, "Okay, you know, whatever," and then the other mom was like, "Oh, no, because I need my phone." What they supposed to do? And it's like, you don't know what they supposed to do. They supposed to watch TV. They
Mm-hmm.
can talk to each other. They can go outside and play. They can. I'm sure they need to clean their room up. Like it's other stuff that they can
Yeah,
do without a
even when Emmett
phone.
was like they could go outside because kids of today really don't know about
They
playing
don't.
outside the way that we did back in the days. And
Mm-hmm.
even when they have that moment that they're looking at the puzzle pieces and different, you
Yeah.
know, games that you would play with that's literally using your hands and your mind as opposed
Mm-hmm.
to a game, you know, that's a system that you using on a TV or a tablet or a
Mm-hmm.
phone or whatever, a system, they like, what the hell is this? What we supposed to do with this? And she did have a point in saying that it could be dangerous outside. I mean, it could be
Yeah.
dangerous even when you're sitting in your house
But that
minding
was
your
an
business
excuse.
these days. Yeah.
That was
But
her excuse.
I felt like we could work around it. And I just want to show
Mm-hmm.
like this picture real quick because they literally all hanging out together, but then they all still looking at their phones. It's like
Yeah.
all the time they either arguing back and forth with each other, or whether they all at the house chilling, or they even over there at the gym or whatever community thing that they do. It's
Mm-hmm.
still like their phones is in their hands, so they
And
really
they're
not
not talking.
interacting with each other in
Mm-hmm.
that way. So I get that point too. That's why I say I think it's more about having a time limit on it. This is the
Yeah.
time that you get to use your phone for A, B, and C. Then those get put away, and we go on over here to this. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
I understood why they was trying to go
Yeah,
the
because
way
I
they
get
was trying to
embarrassed when I
go.
do my when I get my weekly update on my phone. I'm like, God dang, how many hours? Oh Lord, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I got to do better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Something
is.
else I
Yeah,
wanted to mention while it popped in my head because I didn't have the slides for that. We seen what's her name get taken out, and we see that
girl.
Reg is over here working for Rosalind. He done took the job to take her out. She's smiling and all in the damn window. And I figured that was going to end up happening, even though Patience says she had people on it and people that was watching. I'm like, really, Reg?
Who Patience had out there, me and you?
I don't know who the hell she had. I think we would have been better lookouts than whoever the hell she had. They must have been on their lunch break. What did you think about that one?
It was unfortunate. I knew it was coming because when Patience said last week that she had somebody watching her, I was like, girl, who you got? Because I don't know. But and when Rashad talked to her, Rashad was like, you need to be careful, watch your back, this, that, and third. And she was kind of lackadaisical on the response. Like she was like, somebody watching me, I got it. She told me she had somebody looking out for me. So I knew then that I didn't know when, but I knew she was going to leave here. But we knew that then when she mentioned that it was Rosalind that put her up to it. So we already knew when the clock.
I was actually surprised that she lasted.
We didn't know when it was going to run out.
Did yeah.
We didn't know when it was going to run out on. But shit. Oh girl, she be on it. Yeah.
That was sad. And I was wondering when they was going to find out about it. And speaking of Reg, we also have this moment that he comes home and Jake is in his house. He's basically telling him to leave Bakari alone. And he's like, man, I didn't come to him. He came to me, which that was a lie, but okay. And then he's like, why you worried about it? You ain't his daddy. Jake says, I'm his brother. He like, nah, I'm your brother. And then he proceeds to tell him, Bakari, F Trig, and F him. All of y'all can go to hell. Get the hell up out of my house. But he seemed like he was a little bothered about it afterwards. What do you think?
He was. That bothered him because, like, damn, my brother saying that I ain't even his brother. He was like, I ain't got no brother. He said something about the devil. The devil gave me you as a brother or something like that. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, because he said God gave me to you. Or he said, nah, it was the devil. That was the devil. Don't put God in that. I was like, ooh, okay. I mean, he act like the damn devil, that's for sure. So there's that.
Mo, he hurt feelings, baby.
Yes, he definitely got his feelings hurt. Yeah. And I didn't think he could get his feelings hurt because last week you was acting like you want to play, or the week before you was acting like you want to play Russian roulette with him and your damn self. Okay. So it's like,
it was acting like a damn psycho, laughing like the shit was funny. I said, okay. So the clock is ticking on Reg too.
Yeah, it definitely is. He could go. I don't give a damn about him. Y'all already know that. Then we get,
child.
Why is my mind going blank on everybody's names today, y'all? I got such a bad headache. Yeah, Lene and Bakari. Lene is here at the house. And she's playing this damn tape over and over. I think she was about to actually, I don't know if she was going to send it to somebody or just send like a message like, I need to talk to you. But in the midst of her getting ready to do what she was doing, she hears shots outside the window and then sirens like cops, ambulance or whatever going. And she texts Bakari like, can you come over? I'm here by myself. He does come, which I appreciate it because we know they just had their little argument and he was being all petty about it. Oh, she put me out, da da da. But he tells her, I'll always be here for you. I'll protect you. And then I said, please don't show me these little kids having sex because I don't want to see it. I'm glad they skipped that and they just had them laying in the bed.
I didn't want to see them get in the bed. I didn't want to see that.
And he's asking her like, so we all good? We back together now? And she like, okay, slow down. Like, don't, go too fast. We ain't say all of that. Like, you here right now, but I don't know that I'm ready for you to come back in because you basically just still out here in the streets. You chose the streets. And he's like, no, I choose you too. And, I still want to be with you or whatever. And she like, yeah, well. And then he was like, you even called me because you needed protection. She said, Papa's here. I said, Lene, now stop playing damn games because if it was all about Papa being there and him staying there, then you wouldn't have needed to text Bakari in the first damn place. And I'm also like,
okay,
why is Papa even staying here in the first place when he got his own house with his mother that we never saw until the damn daddy died? And this lady came in to say like what 2-3 different sentences to him and get mad at him for letting Pastor Zeke come over there to the damn church. And now what? She disappeared again too, and we got him popping pills course, we didn't see him in this episode. She just pretty
I
much
ain't want to
brought
see
that
him.
up.
I ain't want to see Papa ass this episode.
Yeah, I don't know where we going with that. That part frustrates me. And he's pretty much like, well, can't I just still stay here because I'm still homeless? I'm homeless, okay? And we just be friends. What do you think about this? And of course, she says she had to think about it. Do you
He
think
just
she
needs somewhere to
handled it?
stay.
You think
She was like, "You still married to the? You still stuck with the streets? You into the streets? You're not into me."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "I can do both." She was like, "No, you can't, because you can't. I mean, you can if that's okay with your partner, but you can't if your partner not okay with it. So you got to move around. Like most say, Papa need to move around here. Bakari need to move around. If
Mm-hmm.
you need to find you somebody that's okay with the streets,
Yeah.
and she's not. And I hate she got herself into the situation because he's been in the streets since he's been on the show. So I don't know what she thought was going to change.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate him for coming over in her time of need. But like you said, Papa was that baby. Why you ain't call Papa? Why you ain't call Papa over there with you? Call Papa. He'll come cuddle with you. He might be high as Cootis Brown, but he'll come.
He was like, what the hell Papa supposed to do? You know damn well he ain't doing nothing.
Papa gonna throw some knives.
That did make me laugh. But yeah, I did appreciate that, he came regardless of whether they was arguing or not. We know that they care about each other, but he just still making silly decisions. Like, we haven't even heard no more about that damn book at all. But okay.
So, do we need to?
I'm just saying. They spent like half the damn season on that. Then the book finally comes out and he just was like, oh well. So I did like this as well. Just Victor and Emmett taking some time out, sitting around having their drinks, talking, and he asking him, how he feel about Nuck being over there with Tiff, and he was like, hey, I felt the way in the beginning, but at the end of the day, that's what she want to do. And he like, why? You still interested in her? And he pretty much opens up like, when you first said, yeah, I kissed, I did feel the way. And Victor was like, man, I know. Like, you wasn't hiding it good. I pretty much saw right through it because you started drinking and acting a damn fool. And he talking about he like all women because he was like, I didn't really know what you was into. And then he tells him about him wanting to propose to Keisha, and he was super excited about that, saying congratulations. He said he was going to do it at the house. He's like, I was going to do it here, but then I thought it would be a little weird for me to propose to somebody I want to be my new wife in the place that my ex-wife, owns. But Victor was like, listen, when it comes to you and Keisha, y'all don't do nothing ordinary or normal. So I don't think it's really anywhere where y'all concerned, like anything goes. And to be honest, I think that's very true. I was like, that's a good way of putting it. That's why I wasn't like really in such a big thing, even with her saying she wanted to propose to him. It wasn't something I would do. But it didn't seem so crazy coming from her, knowing the type of relationship that they had, from the beginning. But I like the fact that they able to bond and, kind of vent with each other and stuff like that.
I'm also stupid. Oh, sunshine and rainbows.
But he was like asking him, like, why you still want her? And he ain't never really answered. He was like, we know he still want her. Okay.
He still have a feeling for it. Yeah,
what's up,
he still got feelings. He ain't all, he ain't throw her away like that, but he still got feelings for her naturally because one, y'all had a kid together and y'all were married. So there had to be something there at some point. So, and then it's like they're not cool. They're cool with each other. So of course he still has, feelings enough for my compadre not to date her. Like, Joe Blow down the street that I don't know, cool. But somebody I know, I ain't really kosher with that. Even with Nook, he ain't. That's too close in proximity.
Yeah, and all the shit that Nuck is into. I think if you know that is really a good person, that's gonna be good to her and good to your son. Speaking of that, side note, because I don't have slides for that either, but we had a situation where Patience does tell Rashad about her son. At first he was like, wow, you want to have a baby? Because he didn't know she had no kids at all. And she let him know that he's 11 and that her and the dad have a pretty good relationship. She was like, sometimes it could get shaky, but overall they good. And that they have an agreement, if she's gonna date anybody, he has to give the okay with the person meeting her son, and she does feel like she's ready for Rashad to meet him, and then vice versa. If he gets with a woman, she has to agree with it. And he was like, well, how many dudes you brung around? And she's like, you'll be the first one. And he like, oh, okay, no pressure. And he goes to meet dude, and I was like, what the hell is happening here? Because that was so weird.
Yeah, that was weird. So Rashad, what was y'all conversation when y'all first started dating? Because how the ham and cheese, you don't know this lady got a kid. Like, to me, that would be the first question. Are you married? Are you attached? Are you dating? Are you living with somebody? Do you have kids? What did y'all talk about? Your case about how she got you off? That's what y'all talked about. Because ain't no way, I don't know how long, what the time frame is, but I don't believe in not telling somebody you got kids, because now they might be attached to you and don't want to deal with no kids. So it's like, yeah, I don't like that when you don't tell people information up front. Because
I guess she just
you
went
should
about it
tell.
in a different way. I mean, for me, I think these are the questions and the conversations that we need to have in the beginning, and I think a lot of people wait till after the fact to have the conversations rather than before. I do see that happen in real time, but I also think for her, according to what she said, she wanted to see if this was actually somebody she was even interested in that way. And then once she felt like she was, it was like, okay, I got a son, and I would like, you to meet him if you're gonna
But what if
be
the man didn't like
involved with
kids?
me. But
What
yeah,
if he don't
I
like
mean,
kids?
either
So
way, you gotta have the
you
conversation.
got to,
So,
I think that's something you should tell up front, because what if he don't like kids? Then you don't waste
mm-hmm.
your time and he get the hell on.
Right?
So
Yeah.
you're gonna wait to see if you like him. What if
Mm-hmm.
you? So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
You do that up front.
Yeah, that's why last week I was like, well, what the hell do she want to tell him? I just thought that
Yeah,
would
so it
be
had to be about the
something you would
son.
already, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he says, I don't think Emmett has feelings. He liked Rob, and was buddy with him. Is the bad choices Tiff make? I mean, I think it's a combination. I think they
Yeah, I
both
think it's a
have had their
combination.
times that they kind of got their feelings into it, because he didn't really care that much for Rob at first either. He felt like, damn, you already jumping into this. I remember him saying little things, but then he also finally saw that Rob was treating her good. He was treating his son good. They seemed like they was happy, and later they was all able to come together. Sometimes they would all hang out as couples and individually, whatever have you. And that's why I think that's the bigger picture. If he knows that the person is going to be treating her good and she's happy with them, then he would be good with it. I definitely just feel like it's too much history when it came with Nuck for him to feel fully comfortable. But every time he would bring up something, she was biting off his head. Then you had Keisha biting off his head too. Like, oh, well, what's wrong with him? I don't understand what the problem is. And as long as he's a good father, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bitch,
Yeah. But
So
Tamika,
I
but
get it.
the thing I did not, I ain't gonna say I don't like. Well, I don't like it. It's when she was like, "Well, you got to get approval from his father first." So this
Mm-hmm.
man could deliberately not like everybody you date,
Mm-hmm.
and you gonna not date the person because the man just don't want you to date. If Barack Obama was free and available, and he dated Patience, he can't date her because you don't want him to date nobody. So I don't like that. To me, that even though it's
Mm.
just TV, I don't know people like this in real
I
life, but I
see
think
it
that was
both
a lot.
ways. I think it depends on how y'all relationship is. Like, if you know that the person is not really over you, or they're literally gonna have an issue with every single thing you do, then yeah, that could be a problem. But I also think that it is important, not so much to say you gotta have approval or permission, but definitely to know, like, who's this that's gonna be coming around
Yeah,
my child? What kind of person is this? What are they into and not into? I think that's valid, and the other way
yeah, but
around for her
the way
too.
she worded
Now,
it
the
was
way he was coming off at first, I was like, what the hell is this? But she seemed like, I don't know, she seemed like she wasn't really taking it in a way where she was getting offended or upset about it. She knew that it was just him being an a-hole. And then when she felt like he went too far, she was like, all right, now, calm it all down. You doing too much. And
Mm-hmm.
then when he was like, oh, I mean, because you are talking about somebody too that just came out of damn jail, even though it was
For
proven
the
that he
second
was
time.
innocent, but you coming out for the second time, you just moved the body. So I get him like, yeah, I heard about that. You ain't gonna be moving no bodies in front of my son. Like I did laugh about that part. And then when he was just like, nah, I'm messing with you and pulled some in, Rashawn was like, what the hell? Like
Yeah. But I think
it
if
was
it's
weird.
somebody that's a good person, they just messed up and they do have a record. Like just say what's her name? Janae brother. What's her name? Lene brother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good dude now. He's reformed. But he
Mm-hmm.
done some stuff. Would he not be good enough to be your son's stepfather? Even if he had his own construction company and was, you know, all the things, because he has a record and has taken people out, is he not like, so my thing like that is like people be doing too damn much. Like, sir, I don't know what your girlfriend might be. Might not know, she might be a pedo. I don't know if
Yeah,
your
and
girlfriend a
that's
pedo.
another reason why I'm like, you got to be doing
You got,
investigations in this
yeah,
day and time.
like, we
Listen,
not gonna do that.
I'm sorry because when I watch Love at the Lockup, I see these women bringing these sickos around their kids and having them call them daddy and all that. I
Shut
ain't with
by.
that. Yeah,
Either
so.
you like them or you don't.
Mhm.
Okay.
So yeah, I
But
definitely
anyway.
could see that both ways. So again, they all get together this time and talking, and apparently Vic went back and told Rashad about the whole, Emmett wanting to propose, and he like, damn, none of y'all can hold water. Like I'm trying to make sure that this don't get out, and she don't find out before I go ahead and do what I want to damn do. And then they briefly talk about the fact that Rashad woman could hold damn water because he just finding out about this son, and the fact that the daddy wanted that to be able to, I guess, see him and meet him before he meet the son. And they also talk about how Emmett had to have the conversation with his son, and they like, wow, is that time already? And saying how they wish somebody would have spoke to them about those things back in the days. And I do like, again, just the fact that they are comfortable enough to have jokes on each other, snap on each other. Sometimes they get into their arguments, but they also just really get vulnerable with each other and be there for each other and let each other vent. I like that about them.
I do
When they
too.
do get
They
together.
have real conversations.
Yeah.
So I do like that,
And I did think that even when it made him uncomfortable, like him talking with his son about sex, I thought he did a good job with it.
He did. He had to talk himself through it. But
Mm-hmm.
Emmett did a good job as best as he could.
Yeah.
And of course we know that's just not the end of it. But
Yeah, he told him anytime he could come to him, come to his mom,
Mm-hmm.
come to Keisha. He was like, Dad, there's a lot with this. Yeah, it is.
But what do I always say? He said, what about
What's
why I
up,
want to
SG?
jack off on her face?
Oh, God. Yeah, I was like, what? Oh, Lord.
How did we get here?
Yeah.
What's up, support gaming?
It definitely shows you how different times are, because I
Yeah.
don't think we was talking about all of that back in the days. And my mom, I don't remember my mom having to talk with me. I know she used to be blunt and say certain things to me throughout the years, but it's really my aunt that I feel like used to really go in and give it to me straight, direct, no chaser, baby, straight up shot. And she always used to instill in me too, like, your stuff is diamonds and pearls, baby. Okay, everybody can't come up in here and get this. They got to be worthy. Like, we fell off later on, but those beginning years, my aunt definitely was like, shine bright like a diamond. Okay. Like, you are it. Don't let nobody tell you different. She instilled that in me as far as self-esteem, what I thought about myself, and how I would interact and go forward with people. So I do think different people could step in and have, the conversations. It takes a village, and sometimes you got to hear it from different, because there is like so much different that they're up against now. Even though the basics is still the same, okay, the game don't really change, but it's a little bit more added
Times have
to it
changed.
now. Yeah.
That's why I'm glad Keisha reminded him about consent. About it. And he was like, so what if she want me to stop? He said, well, you got to stop, and you need to go into the bathroom or go in another room handle your business, you know.
Right.
So I'm glad he told him about consent, yes, no.
Yeah.
And if she don't want it, then you go do what you need to do to yourself in the bathroom. But and listen, I'm finna go be real extra but I need them to know, like, you can't be no pervert in public, like
Yeah.
Jason on the over.
Mm-hmm.
Just know when to do it. Like, this is a private, personal moment between you
Mm-hmm.
and another person. Like, it's nobody's else business of what you all are doing. Like, don't disrespect her and don't disrespect yourself. So I did
Mm-hmm.
appreciate the conversation, but
Yeah.
there's that.
Hey,
Hey,
West
West
Coast
Coast.
Barbara. Yeah, because I like that he even was like, yeah, you gotta have consent. You gotta ask. You gotta make sure she's comfortable. You make sure you're pleasing her. We gotta talk about protection. And even him saying, I know you stick your thing in, and then a baby comes out 6 months later, and he's like, no, actually, it don't. A woman is usually pregnant for 9 months, and he like, wow. And then when he said he had first did it at 14, he was like, that's old, dang. He was like, that ain't no damn old. Like, what are you talking about?
Like he ready
And
to start now. Shit, he ready to
and
do it now.
him talking about the part of love and caring about somebody that is not just about doing it to do. He was like, yeah, you can, but you also want to know how you feel about that person, and how they feel about you, so that y'all don't get mixed up with y'all emotions later after the fact, which was definitely true.
Yeah.
And you don't be feeling like you just made a mistake, because then that once a child is involved, that's your responsibility for the rest of your life. So then he kind of felt like he was saying he was a mistake, but he was like, nah, I don't regret any of my kids. Y'all not mistakes, y'all miracles. So I just love everything about that part. I thought that was really good. You said Emmett and Keisha make a bold parenting choice together, which ultimately brings them close as a couple. I mean, yeah, they definitely work together. They talk with each other,
They do.
and she goes up for those kids,
Mm-hmm.
And I think that plays a lot into what we end up seeing later with the proposal, because you definitely can't say like she didn't hold him down and hold his kids down and just try to figure out what's best for all of them as a whole. So okay. Lene was over here so stressed out with this situation. I didn't know which way she was going to go with it, because again, we talked about this in the past, and I know that I can remember myself, Moochie, maybe you, Inga, a few of us in that past season really wanting to know if, like what Zay said, and the fact that he had told Kenya things, the fact that she had that hammer and all of that, was that ever going to come back up? And I appreciate that they did spin the block and something did come out of it, but I didn't know if she was going the right way by her letting Lene hear this and now sending her the copy of it. I always kind of wanted her to either tell Alicia about it, tell her father about it, or something, but they didn't go that way. So now Lene has this info. She knows that it's important and she want to be able to tell somebody, but it's like, who do I tell? She's coming here to try to speak to Tiff, and she's like, no, it has to be her. I have to tell her about this. It can't be anybody else. This is something I gotta do. He picks up like, yo, you look like you're scared and worried or whatever. Come on, you could talk to me. And she ends up playing it for him, asking him, can she trust him? He like, yeah. And he pretty much is like, send it to me. And she's like, well, I had already tried to tell her about this once before, and she didn't listen. But you also didn't have this concrete, proof either. And I like that Victor was there and he was able to kind of take the load off her shoulders, because I don't know how it would have went if if she would have tried to approach her again. Like, even though she has the best interest at heart and now she does have this proof, I still don't know if should have been her to be the one to deliver this message. And I kind of expected her to even tell Bakari about it when he did come to the house, but she didn't. But I was glad that it was Victor, because I know that Victor would be like secure. He would be protective of her, and he would be protective of Tiff, and definitely want her to give this information. So I thought that was a good choice. I'm glad it was him that she ended up bumping into. What do you think about this?
Honey, I was so scared. I didn't know how this was going to go. I didn't know it, like I said, I didn't know it was going to be, like a game of telephone, everybody telling everybody and not telling the right person. So I'm glad Lene went looking for Tiff at the club and Tiffany not being there, because had she told Tiffany, I don't know how it would have gone had she let her hear that recording. But I'm glad she let Trig hear it. I'm glad he paid attention to her and her body language and knowing like something ain't right, something is wrong. What's going on? You look worried, look concerned. You know, I was glad he was paying attention to her body language and her facial expressions and everything. And baby, when he heard that recording, I said, "Oh shit." Blood boiling. He was hot. He was pissed. And he was like, "Okay, all right." Um, and I believe he would have, like you said, protected her and Tiffany, no matter which way it would have gone. I can see him protecting whomever knew about it. Like I can see him saying, you know, like, all right, we need to get Kenya over here too, just to make sure everybody was safe for whatever was going to happen. So I'm glad she told him, and not. I'm glad she didn't tell Bakar, because he would have confronted Nook and then pow. But yeah, she told the right person. And Robert Townsend, shouts out to you for directing this episode, because baby, everything you did in this episode was top tier. I had no issues with the camera, the way the camera light, like this picture, like you could just see everything. And I enjoyed every scene. Even when Emmett was talking to himself, trying to propose to Keisha, whatever. Just all of that was just, you know. Well, I did get pissed off with Emmett.
Hey, Vonnie
But yeah,
love.
other than that, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree on that.
Happy Juneteenth, Bonnie.
Yes.
Mo say Robert a play Uncle Child.
I love Robert Townsend.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never gonna disappoint. I know that he's directed, other episodes in this series, Power Book 2, Raising Kanan. I think Reasonable's out too. Like there's a couple he's showing up in where I've been like, oh, I'm glad he still be coming through, because he definitely never missed.
And you can tell when he and what's the other guy? His dad was him and his dad look alike. He older black guy. Damn, his name slips me. You could tell when they direct. You could tell when
they've been Marvin. I can't think of their last name, but I know who you're talking about.
Not
yeah,
Marvin.
I love them too.
Not Marvin.
I could see his face so damn clear. Van
Peoples.
Van Peoples.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mario. You can tell when Mario has directed an episode of whatever it is, because they be spot on with it. And you can tell when Robert does it too, because they be on it. You know, I like when the legends come through and handle business, because they don't be playing.
Definitely. Another side note why I popped in my mind, and it really wasn't important to me, but it might be important to somebody. We find out that Hannibal's wife, because I was kind of like, whatever happened to Hannibal? Apparently he went into witness protection, but she didn't want to go. I guess she just out. She's saying that they have an agreement, while he in there, he know what time it is. And she had met this guy, and they like, well, what guy? Tell us the name. Maybe we know who it is. Because she was like, nah, y'all don't know them. And come to find out, it's Smitty. And then they said, girl, he just another street dude. She like, they said she always will pick up somebody at the corner store. She said, no, actually, she met him over here at, this spot. And they like, well, girl, the street ninjas be in there or whatever.
Yeah.
And that just seems to be a type that you attract. And they told her to be careful, because they said he could get handsy, and she said she don't play that. And then later she does have a conversation with him where he's saying that's his past. Did you care about this at all? Do you feel like this is going somewhere? They got them tied in together for a reason. Any thoughts on it?
I think it's gonna go somewhere. I think it's gonna mean something later on. Because wasn't she the one with when they went to Alicia's house or something, and she had that red fur coat on? Is she the one? Did she chat? If y'all know,
I think she did catch on, if I'm not mistaken. Like Alicia was trying to see if she could get info from her.
Yeah.
And she ended up catching on like, oh, you was just playing games. No, matter of fact, that was Reg Girl, right? I can't even.
That was Reg Girl with the red.
It was one or the other.
With Alicia's fur coat on.
Because I do remember that.
So yeah,
okay. So no.
But I think because Alicia did talk to her, it may come back up, and something dealing with Hannibal. I mean, it could be. It could be. I don't think this conversation was for no reason though. So it could be something with Smitty or Hannibal. Who knows?
I don't know, support gaming. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just feel like I started this show from the beginning. I've been reviewing it since I came on YouTube. So if I start something, I like to finish it. And I've been critical of them when I feel like they dropped the story, or I feel like I don't understand what the point of this was, and certain issues I had around them bringing up topics. Like, I'm glad y'all are bringing these topics up, but I feel like y'all just bring them up to take the plot where you want to take it, and then you're not really fleshing it out. So I have went into all of those things, but overall I feel like they kind of bring it to where they want to bring it to, whether agree with it or not, because since we came into this season, I've kind of been like, okay, now what, where are we going, what is supposed to be the purpose of this, where we trying to take them to. But I think they've been consistent when it comes to like Tiff, Keisha, Nuck, Emmett. Those stories have been consistent. Some of the other side characters and the kids, you could kind of say, have been all over the place. And of course, we've lost some people that either decided they wanted to move on and do other things, or they just wasn't messing with it no more, whatever it may be. And I feel like that had an effect on the story too. But something that I do see a lot of people say that I don't necessarily agree with is that they don't show none of the men up here in a good light. I don't agree with that. They got a lot of men that I can't stand that definitely could get their asses up out of here. But I feel like they also do show men that are trying and that have came a long way, like the growth we've seen in Emmett, the growth we've seen in his dad Darnell. Victor to me is a good dude. You may not agree with everything. Even Shad, he a little damn slow, but he have a good heart and he'll help who he can help. So I don't feel like they show all of them in a bad light. What you think about that, Candy?
So because I came into the Shy, I think EJ made me binge watch the first 5 seasons, and I started season 6 with you all, and I think BKJ I did with him as well, so it would be an 8. So I don't really have the ties to it like you all did that started in the beginning. So I'm not invested like that. But I understand about some people saying you don't take the show seriously anymore, because I do know there is a difference between the first few seasons and maybe up to 5 and up. Maybe I could be wrong, but I think 5 and up are pretty much the same. But
yeah, it's probably more like 3, 4 and up, because the first season definitely was a completely different story. Okay. You know,
yeah, but
it was. And then once that main character was taken off, yeah, Brandon, then it definitely did a whole U-turn. Then we kind of shifted and gave Emmett part of Brandon's story plus his story that we knew, and mixed that in together.
With him and Duda and all
you know, and then you had the Duda aspect, which that was starting to just get crazy for me, and I was definitely ready for him to go. When they brought in Alicia, I definitely thought we was going to a different spot with that, because you know I love some Lynn Winfield. So I definitely have went with the up and downs of them, and I've always been honest with my opinion is when it comes to that. But it's also been interesting just to know, like, these kids literally grew up on this show. Like, we seen them from little tiny kids all the way up to, you know, graduating and becoming young adults. And we definitely seen them go through the ups and downs. You know, I talked about that before. We done seen Christians, weddings, funerals, you know, all of the above. People move away, everything else. So,
yeah,
you know, it is what it is as far as I'm concerned. It's just like, all right, they got their ride. They rocked out for a very long time, and I feel like it's okay for us to wrap it up. I actually felt like it was okay for us to wrap it up like 2 seasons ago. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I wasn't expecting them to still be around. So I'm fine with them being able to end it as their final season. Okay. And believe it or not, some people don't even want it to go. I actually seen somebody say they could keep going and then make it about like Emmett's son and those kids' ages and start off things from them. Now, I don't feel that way, but I've seen people that do.
Right. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Them kids, they really ain't got to be here. But as far as the that conversation, I hope the conversation was for a reason, because if not, then why? So I hope the handsy part came into play for whatever reason. You know, I hope.
Okay,
Most
yeah,
said
you said it was Reg Girl with the
girlfriend with the coat.
okay.
Okay. Most said end this
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, that's
End this
how
shit.
I feel. Like it's
End it.
okay for
End that
things to
shit.
end.
End that
Everything
shit.
ain't gotta have a spinoff and everything ain't gotta keep going and going and
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
You
Yeah.
can go out with a bang.
So moving right along, we then have him go to Tiff. He telling her to sit down. She like, no, I could stand up and take bad news. He was like, I don't know about this one, girl. This is a little different. And he plays it for her. And her first thing is, when did you get this? How long did you know? Why you didn't tell me? Girl, bye. Okay. He coming to you and he's telling you as fast as possible. And like you mentioned, he had stopped by and spoke to Emmett too, where Emmett was like, damn, I was just about to do this proposal tonight. He lets him know that Nuck did this and that he has the proof. And he's like, well, I gotta tell Keisha she have a damn child with him. He like, I get that, but let me at least tell Tiff first because he is staying over there in the house with her. And for a minute, even freaking Emmett act like he ain't got a damn brain for 2.5 seconds again because he's like, oh, is it because you want to get with her or whatever? He like, really, dude? Like, no, it ain't nothing about that. Like, we need to get him up out this house. She needs to know that he did this. And then he kind of snapped out of it after that. But yeah, they find out and he like, what you gonna do? You like, because even Lene brought up like, listen, do you think she gonna take him out? And he said, anything is possible. This is the shot. So how did you feel about him coming and finally revealing this to her?
So back to the Emmett part. Emmett, shut up. Everything ain't about you and Tiff boo. I mean, you and Keisha boo. Like, I'm like, okay, selfish much, but I understand why. But as soon as you tell her, you got to tell me. No, he like, I got to tell Keisha. No, like, sir. Yeah, I hate he told Emmett this. Maybe he just needed to get off his chest, but I hate he told Emmett that in the moment. But this part, he told her how she was beautiful and whatnot, and she was like, "Well, what you want? You came over to tell me that." And it went into the, you remember Steve, and I can't remember. You remember Steve? You're like, yeah, he the one that took out Rob. He was like, nah.
Yeah,
He played the audio for her, and then it's like,
Mm-hmm.
are you serious? And it's like, okay, we know what's gonna happen because she got quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
You saw
do feel like it was
death stare on her
important.
face.
I do feel like it was important for all of them to know because right after he did it, Keisha Emmett house was the first one that he went to where you do got him around your son. That's why I've been so frustrated with Tiff and with Keisha because I'm like, why y'all acting like Nut don't have the history that he have that y'all don't already know a whole bunch of the stuff that he did? What has he really shown y'all that's saying that he made such this big change and he's a different person? It wasn't like he got out of the streets. Y'all, it's not like y'all don't see what he's doing with Bakari. So for her to even sit there that time and be like, as long as he's a good father, I'm good with that. I'm like, what exactly is making you feel like he's a good
father? Okay.
Like, what are we talking about here? So I do feel like it was important for her to know too, but I also felt like
not in that moment though. I don't think
Tiff found out about it first.
Yeah, like I don't in that moment
want to ruin the night because he's like, damn, I done set up this romantic night to do my damn proposal. Like, ain't nobody gonna want to have no proposal and they just finding out this news.
And when they was okay, I know you're gonna get there. I'll say it then. I said, Lord, they ain't gonna make it. They ain't gonna get there. They ain't gonna get there. Somebody finna call them. The phone finna ring. I said, oh Lord, they're not gonna make it. But
So yeah, we also had, of course, we were preparing for the night. We see Dunn round up the kids. It was funny to me that he knew about Earth, Wind, and Fire because they were saying they was gonna play some music, and then they decided to go, over here and play all the games. They was having a really good time in there with that. And Lene, I don't know where she was going with this damn hat on. She basically say, I'm stepping out, baby. Okay, don't worry about where I'm going. You don't be telling me where you going. I think she felt like a real, weight was lifted off of her once she gave the tape to Victor. And then we see this damn fool over here playing with his son. I said, child, speak of the damn devil. He over here having a funky good time, living his best life. Hanging out, and of course we get this proposal. Emmett got just the lights hanging everywhere. He throwing rose petals. He got all her little favorite treats. I love this, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I said, come through, Emmett, damn it. That's what I'm talking about. And I like how he pretty much just let her know how much he love her, how she's been there for him. Like I mentioned earlier, been there for the kids. You know, he always knew that he wanted to have this with her, but he was too immature. And the fact that he was able to grow into it and learn more, and she was able to tell him how she feel about him and what they've been through and what he means to her. And I said, child, are we both gonna propose to each other? Because I know we was making jokes about that from before. But I like how it worked out that, you know, he gave her the ring, and they both kind of asked each other back to back. Both said yes in 1 second, and she put the watch on him. She didn't get him a ring. She got him a watch. So it was like she put the watch on him, and then he put the ring on her. I see it up a little bit because I was like, damn, we really did see them go through so much together. What did you think about
I
this?
loved it. I was out, but see, because of the Trig situation, I was like, the phone is gonna ring, they're not gonna make it, they're not gonna make it. But I enjoyed the shout out to Robert Townsend. I enjoyed the back and forth, the conversation, the way she was looking at him, he was looking at her, telling him how he felt, and then you go to her and she's saying how she felt about him and how she seeing him, that he was her person, that she was just, you know, loved him for loving his kids, and you know, she loved his kids, and she see that he's growing into somebody, and it was just such a beautiful moment, and I appreciate it. I'm not, if the man is worthy of being proposed to, I don't see nothing wrong with it, but sometimes these ninjas don't need to be proposed to. But I like it they did it privately, because sometimes when you do stuff publicly, you do it knowing the person not going to embarrass you, say no, and they probably really don't mean it. So I do appreciate the private moment that this was. It was intimate as F, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I really do. I appreciate that she gave him a watch and not a ring. And you know, he gave her Jada's ring. And I didn't realize Jada's ring was as pretty as it was, because I said, child, give me some old rinky-dink thing.
Yeah, that ring was beautiful. It really was. They just got
married they got married season 5 or 6. Yeah. So I'm like, okay.
Because remember, that's when we didn't know that Darnell had all that money. He had got her ring, paid for the wedding, and then bought her a house. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was definitely beautiful. I said, all right now, get it.
Yeah. Trina, she had to say no last time. She had to say no. But she ain't finna ask me why you got a hole in your chest or wherever it was. But yeah.
So of course, after we have this beautiful moment, we get on over here, and Nuck is like, hey, where you at? What's going on? Tiff, where you at? And she like, oh, I'm upstairs. He come upstairs to see her and damn Victor standing up here in the room. He like, what the F is going on? And we get a pop, 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 bang, 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 bitch. This is for Rob. How you like me now? I wish I could play it up here, y'all, but I can't. You know what YouTube would do to me, baby? Because I said, yes, bitch, yes. And I love that Victor was standing, you know, in the back. He let her do what she needed to do. He was there just in case if she needed him. And then he came on, slipped on up, and took the hammer out of her head. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this damn thing up and throw it in the garbage like the trash that it is. Okay? I said, yes, baby, yes. Your thoughts, Candy?
Child, I was driving and I let the steering wheel go. I was like, yes.
Oh
yes,
my God.
Yes. I was excited. I was happy, and I was like, please don't let me be dreaming. Because I didn't want it to be her wishing she had done something or thinking about it. But I was, like I said earlier, I was glad Victor was there to be there with her and to help her clean up this mess. Because we're going to dispose of this piece of ish, you know. We're going to throw him, like Detroit say, rolling down the river. We're going to be rolling down the river, and yeah, we ain't going to know where he at.
Yeah.
Get rid of the trash, okay? And Rashad, I hope you don't go nowhere near it. Vic, handle it by yourself, Vic. You and Tip. I appreciate it. Yeah. It was good.
Yeah, I was so glad that he was able to be there with her in this moment. That was
One
definitely good.
thing,
And I didn't think they was gonna go here, y'all. I really didn't. I was like,
yeah.
nah, they gonna play games. Even though they had him teaching her how to use the hammer, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, so is she gonna end up using this the same damn
Mm-hmm.
hammer on him? And he definitely didn't see this coming. He wasn't expecting
Mm-mm.
this at all.
I wish she had given him a second. Well, no, because he quick on the trigger, so I don't know. But she said this is for Rob. Pow, pow.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to have seen. I would like there have been a few seconds in between,
Mm-hmm.
even though I know he got a pistol on him,
Mm-hmm.
and he could have done something. So I guess you got to do it quick, and I guess Trick say do it quick because you just never know. But I wish they had a second just to see his reaction to what.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't see the reaction. Now, if there was a reaction, maybe I need to go back and
Yeah,
play it
she
slow
was too fast for him to react
mo.
to
She was
anything.
so
The
fast.
next thing you know, he saw his makeup, bitch. Yeah, he came in there stepping on that plastic. Yep, we gonna
Yeah,
wrap
what's
your
going
ass
on?
right on up.
Uh,
Yeah, Red is
You what's going
definitely
on,
next.
baby? Water turned off. Okay, Red,
Right.
you next.
Mm-hmm.
Line them up.
Yeah, Nuck was way overdue. He was doing too
Mm-hmm.
damn much.
Child,
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah.
nobody. Reg ain't even in charge of him and Nuck on opposing sides. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't know what Bakar. Well, Bakar ain't with him no more. I don't know what they're gonna do over there. Oh
Yeah, I
well.
don't know what they're gonna do because I'm wondering when Bakari finds out about this, do he think that means it's time for him to step up and he gonna be the new next one up? Child, I don't know, child. You never know with these damn people. But shout out to y'all. I see it's been jumping like between 20 and 25 people here watching us. Everybody is not commenting, but we definitely appreciate y'all watching. We appreciate getting some likes over there on Facebook, whoever's tuning in over there, and we just thank all of y'all for checking in with us. And if you come on a replay, definitely let us know. Let us, replay game what you thought about this episode, and what was your favorite part? What was a part they could have left out? All of the things. So yeah, y'all, this was a good
Mm-hmm.
one. This was a good one. I enjoyed it. I'm curious to see where do we go from here. If we already got him out the paint, are we focusing on Reg now? Do her and is Victor moving up in there? What's happening here?
Child,
Um
Victor ain't finna do that illegal car shop, but it's shop stuff. He ain't finna do
no,
that.
I mean moving in with Tiff.
Child,
I
she done
know
been
we're
by
gonna
herself
get the
for a minute.
wedding between Emmett and Keisha before the end of the season.
Yeah,
But besides that, I don't know, what we gonna have
I
going
think there's
on.
going to be another big leave. Somebody leaving here, and I think it might be
Mhm.
my bookie butt, Bakari.
Yeah, we gotta see. We gotta see. But I definitely enjoyed this one. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. That pretty much was the episode. Of course, we coming back at 9:15 to talk about raising Canaan child. So if y'all still around and y'all available, definitely check in for that one. Candy, anything else coming up that you want to talk about?
Hopefully we could talk about the polygamist sometime before Tuesday. I don't know what people got going on Monday, but hopefully we can talk about the polygamist. If you all have not watched it, it's on Netflix. It's 22 episodes, 24 episodes, 22 episodes, and each episode is like 22 to 24 minutes long. So just say it's 12 episodes if you just want to not be so bombarded in your mind as you got to watch 22 episodes. But it's very, very good. It's a show. It's a South African show. Um, Also, we have to talk about motherly instinct. I don't know why they call it that because it definitely wasn't no instinct there. And then on Sunday, we always go to Club Eden on Sunday, which is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to you. But yeah, on Sunday we're going to Club Eden where it's always a vibe. Okay, please join us on Sunday at maybe 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Tuesday we have Housewives. Wednesday, Tamika and I get our giggles on with the Oval. Thursday we do Zatima, and then we be back for the Shy and Racing Canaan.
Yeah. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I got so much stuff going on. I don't know whether I'm coming or damn going, and what day of going day is what. I think
Okay.
tomorrow we supposed to have join Miss Kira for her movie night. So if y'all around, definitely keep your notifications on. Pay attention to the community tabs and all of that. Like Candy mentioned, Sunday is Club Eden, but I gotta speak to Nita behind the scenes because I think she might also be having a pregame for House of Dragon. And then Monday, I'm usually with EJ and Nunn for the Vampire Lestat, but I'm also supposed to do House of Dragon. Don't ask me how or when this supposed to happen, y'all. And then Tuesday is from Wednesday, like Candy mentioned, the Oval. Thursdays, the Tima. Then we here again Fridays, of course, for the Shine, Raising Canaan. And then it just keeps going and going and going like the damn Energizer Bunny. So I gotta see. Even with me trying to do like the recaps on my own for some of these, I don't think I could do it. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I was gonna try between yesterday and today, and I had so much other stuff going on, and I still gotta do a recap for Love After Lockup. So that's probably the only one I'm gonna get to do a recap on, or maybe I'll give like some overall thoughts on Raising Canaan since that just came back. But either way, hit the like, turn on your notifications, subscribe to both channels. We appreciate it so much. Share it, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to come and check it out and hang out with us and catch up on these daggone shows, y'all. Okay, that we talking about in movies and every damn thing else in between.
Yes.
Get into it. So we definitely appreciate y'all. Trina Boo. I think Zaria was in here. My cousin Lisa stopped in here. Steven was here. RC stopped in.
Support Gaming.
Demetra, Support Gaming, Vonnie Love, West Coast Barbara.
Daria, you say Daria?
Yeah, Daria. Demetria. Ray KJ stopped in. Monique 69 Ways. Thank you all so much. We appreciate y'all for
Mimi Major.
Thank you. Yeah, we appreciate all of y'all being, chatting it up, telling us y'all thoughts in the chat, definitely. And we will see y'all at 9:15, or if not, we will catch y'all on the next one. Hey, thank you for stopping in, Juan. We get ready to get up out of here, but catch the replay. And if you are watching Raising Canaan, tap back in at 9:15. We'll be back. Until next time, y'all. Toodaloo. Welcome. Come in. This is Tamika's Den. I'm Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the Den.
Go lock in with Tamika's Den. Ooh, that's fire. Go lock in with Tamika's Den.
Power to the